get a little boondock. Let's go.
Good morning, afternoon actually. This is the Bandit's bench and what air brush system he will be using. Right now I got looking at it a little bit closer. I need to get a regulator. I got one somewhere. I gotta find it. It's actually got a built-in gauge to show, get the pressure just right, the 3 to 5 psi. I think is what it calls for airbrush stuff. This is my compressor here. It's brand new. This is, I think, only the third time it's been out of the box since I pulled it out. I got it for 40 bucks off a guy up in Michigan somewhere, I believe, on the Model Car Magazine web forums when I was looking around for a compressor that was actually still made here in America. All those Craftsman ones you see, ain't nothing against them. It's just they're now manufactured in China. So, but this is my compressor so far. Again, I need to get the regulator put on it. If I can find it somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. But coming off the compressor itself, I don't mind this. That's just on there temporarily. I think that's supposed to be like a regulator or something, but there's no way of telling what kind of pressure you're getting. Into a filter to catch any moisture or anything. It's just cheap insurance. It's not for some of you guys like shoot, I'm having my fart problems. Jan, I don't think he even uses these. I didn't see him any sort of filter other than that water trap, which is good. But might be a better idea to throw one of these cheapo things on the end, just in between it and your line for your actual airbrush. Just cheap insurance. You never know. But it goes from one of them filters. These are just cheap canisters. You can get down at Harbor Freight for a couple bucks for a pair of them or something. This is a 50-foot coiled air hose line. This, I was told, between this or the 50-foot rubber hose, I'm going to give this polyurethane coiled hose a try. But it's supposed to take that vibration out of the air coming out the tip. It's supposed to help. Again, this being coiled, think of it as a spring in a car, coil spring. Dampens the ride. Into another air compressor, cheap canister. Of course, here I have to have the fitting for it to work. I got two fittings thinking I needed two, but I don't. So. Into the actual air line. Into, see if I can pick it up. That's a Posh H series single action. I will be using it. I just got to look for that regulator because I got to set this right to work. But it shouldn't be a problem. Spray for bog coverage. I want to try it out. I've never tried it yet. So. You'll be amazed at how quiet this thing is. That's it running right there. Notice how quiet it is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. just how quiet it is. Really neat. Of course, I got the bottle. I pulled the tip off. Thanks, Gilbert, for couldn't quite understand how to pull that tip apart. I knew it came off, but I didn't realize there was a set screw under there. So I got to take care of that. I got to oil it up a little bit. So I'll find some good oil and stuff to hit it with, just to make sure it's all good. Still got my little hanger here for it. And one thing I will do, this red handle on here, this cheap plastic, I might take it to a wood shop or something and see if they can make me one out of wood, or I don't know, what do y'all think? Make one out of some old pine somewhere? Would that work? Again, I'm doing this with the air compressor running. Can you hear it? Don't mind this black cable, it's power cords for my phone. The other two tips, this one's C5. This one's number 3. I'm thinking that's 4 in there. Right. Got a little wrench. Again, I'm going to give this a try later on when I got to find that regulator. I think it's got a gauge on it. Set, but it's supposed to be, says delivers up to 40 psi. That's too much for an air gun, so I'm going to check it with a gauge and see if I can find it somewhere. Alright, so I better get off of here. I figured I'd show what my airbrush and compressor is. And yeah, notice how quiet it is. Again, I bought it for 40 bucks off Model Car Magazine off the guy up in Michigan, I think, because he had it sitting in his box. He's never using it. It's just brand new still. All the wrapping and everything's still forward. I keep it in good shape. Stays nice and cool down here, but it gets a little bit warm around here sometimes. Which is fine in the wintertime. Stick your hand down there and warm it up. And this 50-foot hose coil, just so y'all know, is at Walmart. They're like 12 bucks a piece. It's actually cheaper than getting the two 25-foot coil polyurethanes down at Harbor Freight. I checked into it. 2 of them down there is, I think, $25 or $6. This is, I think, 12 bucks. You do the math. It's the same stuff. It's just a 50-foot hose, which is what's needed rather than the two 25s, which is probably where I got the extra coupler in there, thinking I needed to put 2 of them together. Guess not. 420, oh boy, I better get off here. Keep this under 10 minutes when I work, get it all together.